Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Soul Infused Monday, day number 3 today. And if you have not watched day 1 or day 2, I would highly recommend you go back so you get the whole spectrum and you get the most out of this training. And yesterday I had a little bit of an issue to see comments, so let me know if you're hearing and seeing me, and we're gonna dive deep in today. Yesterday I spoke about the 4 steps for real transformation and also explained the 4 directions of energy flow. Hi Leah, hi. This is commitment, by the way. Leah is in Indonesia, and for her the time difference is really a challenge, and she decided to show up here. So Leah, I appreciate that. Carrie, hi Carrie, fantastic. Who else is here? Say hello, click the heart, click the likes. Invite someone, a friend, someone that you know will benefit from this information. Invite them to join us here today. Florian Hamburger, I'm sure you're from Germany. I love it. Hi everyone, fantastic. So, and if you are here for the first time today, my name is Sonia Bona de la Torre, and I'm here to help you to let go of your limitations, to love and trust yourself so that you can go out in the world and shine bright and create the freedom and joy that you truly desire. So this summer, you gave yourself permission to shine a little brighter, and we're going to take a next step today. Tina is here. Hi, fantastic. Yeah, leave a comment below. Alyssa, hello. If you're here live, and remember, regardless if you're here live or on the replay, you get the opportunity to join the contest. So if you've been playing the contest, stay tuned. And if you don't know anything about the contest, go back to day 1, because you get to watch every episode and do the daily task that I give you in order to win a private one-on-one energy balancing session with me that you would not have the opportunity to book any other way. Okay, Valerie is here. Good morning. Fantastic. So, what does freedom actually mean? I want to talk about that for a moment, because when we talk about inner work, what's the benefit of inner work? Why is it so beneficial? Why is it so important? And a lot of the people that I attract, and for me personally, ultimately, it's about having freedom and being free to be and live who you are, and to live your life on your own terms, expressing yourself, and having that inner peace, inner freedom to live this world. Because, you know, some people say, oh, it's financial freedom or this freedom, but there are enough people out there who have plenty money and are severely unhappy inside. So the goal is really to have that internal happiness, that internal freedom, so that you can express it in the world, and then you can manifest whatever you want. Dorleen is here. Good morning. Gail, hello. Fantastic. Yeah, keep the comments coming. And I want to give you an example about, I remember back in the days when I felt very uncomfortable about myself, and I hated my body, and I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. I got easily triggered because I was so wounded and so in pain, and I'm feeling that I'm not good enough, that, sorry, there's a hair that's bothering me, that I was living in Germany, and I was just recently I wasn't too long in my relationship back then, and he was doing the work already. He was a little bit more ahead of me, and I was in the very beginning stages of really looking deeper into myself and doing the work. So I was still getting very easily triggered, and I took everything personal, and I was in a lot of pain. And I remember a day that I was in the living room and I was watching TV. Back then I had still a TV and I watched TV. I don't have a TV now anymore, but back then. And I was watching MTV. So if you still remember, MTV was the channel basically to listen to music. I was sitting in the living room watching TV, and Shakira was on screen. And if you know Shakira, even still, she's a gorgeous, beautiful, sexy woman. And back then I couldn't have said that because I would have compared myself with her. So what happened, I was watching, seeing her, and my boyfriend comes in. He's coming in from the outside into the living room, looks at the screen, and he just made a comment. And his comment was, Shakira is so sexy. Nothing major if I would hear it now. Back then, this comment crushed me. Him saying that another person, Shakira, my God, she is sexy, right? Have you ever seen how she shakes how she moves her hips? It's just amazing. That crushed me internally. I felt so bad because it triggered something in me. It triggered that I wasn't sexy. It triggered that I wasn't beautiful. It triggered that I wasn't good enough. It triggered that he rather would have be with someone else. It has nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with Shakira. It had to do with the fact that it triggered me. It triggered a wound deep inside of me. That is not being free. That is being imprisoned by your own beliefs and wounds and patterns from the past. So freedom for me means that you are in the world and someone can say something like that and it does nothing to do to me because it has nothing to do with me. And back then it had nothing to do with me. He didn't love me any less or more or whatever. It had nothing to do with me or him or her in a sense. But I got so triggered. So I was imprisoned. Does that make sense? Do you ever have moments when someone says something to you and you feel so triggered that even though logically you know, hey, it's actually not about me and I shouldn't take it personal, but you do and it really hurts? I'm sure you do. So if that resonates with you, leave me a comment below. I would love to. And so the inner work process is so crucial and so rewarding because it sets you free. It sets you free to be who you are. It sets you free to create and have the relationship you want. And life is so much better, I can tell you. And now, you know, like even when I'm in a relationship and we see a beautiful woman together, I'm the first to say, oh my God, she is so beautiful. Oh my God, she's so sexy. And he and I talk about it for a minute and it does nothing to me. So, and it doesn't mean that I don't get triggered anymore. That is not true, and you know that because I'm very transparent, but I wanted to give you an example. Okay, so yes, and Fiona is here. Yes, yeah, it makes sense. They can relate, it resonates with me. Yes, it does. It resonates with a lot, so I wanted to share that with you. Okay, good. And I want to go in today. So we spoke about the 4 steps in, up, down, out. And I want to go a little bit more in detail what it means to go in from the perspective of the energy-based work that I do. And so that it gives you an understanding of why it's also so challenging and why deep transformation does not happen overnight. So, and I'm going to actually use my whiteboard, and I hope you see it. I kind of like prepared it more or less. So I'm going to draw something for you. Let me know if you see it. Okay? So you guys work here with me. If you don't see it, you let me know. From an energetical perspective, and if you're new to energy and you don't know about the chakras and you don't know about, you know, energy flow, don't worry about it. And I'm going to take it further in the next couple of days. Just be open, you know, just take what resonates with you. And if you catch yourself, for those who've done a lot of work already and you catch yourself thinking, oh yeah, I know this already, this is a red flag, you want to go beyond that because that's often the moment when you block to go deeper. Okay, so if you know if you know everything or if you know nothing, you're just perfect in this moment, and I invite you to be open to receive. Okay, good. Do you guys see this? Okay. So let's say this is you. Yeah? As a physical being, and the energy is around you. And from a soul perspective, I'm not going to go into the up today, but I want to give you just a perspective of why going in is so important and why and how you actually connect with the essence of who you are, with the essence of your being. And a lot of people talk about that too. It's like, hey, I want to connect with who I really am. I want to connect with the essence of my true self. Well, what does that actually mean? So I'm going to explain that to you today. Okay. Yes, it does. Can see. So let's say, for lack of better words or anything, this is your soul with the beautiful qualities, higher frequency, higher purpose, higher calling, and the essence of those qualities put down into our body and into this lifetime of expressing your soul through your physical vehicle. And from an energetical perspective, we call it the core channel. It's the energetical spine that runs within your system, okay? So when I use the word core channel, it means it is the energy channel that goes within our physical body, and it's very close to the spine, so you can simply imagine that. We have 7 main chakras, and chakras are simple energy centers, and if you don't know much about it, that's totally fine. If you know a lot about it, it's great too. As you say, you are perfect either way. I'm going to use the heart chakra, the heart center, to illustrate how this works. Let's say this is your heart chakra that is reaching out. And this applies to every chakra. I'm just going to use the heart chakra as a demonstration. The essence of the quality and the essence of your heart chakra and of the being that runs through your core, the soul essence, is deep within the core here. So this is the beautiful essence that you might have experienced before, or maybe when you see a newborn child or magic, or when you are in love and you experience this incredible feeling of being in tune and in love and just one, yeah? Or maybe in meditation you've experienced something like that before. So this is the essence, the beautiful essence. And you might not access it. You might not be in touch with it right now. And here's the reason why, and what does it mean to go in and clear that. So from a very young age, we get triggered, we get wounded. It can be as easy as a little child, you are at home painting something, and your dad is coming home from work, opens up the door, he's really tired, he just worked 12 hours and he's really annoyed by something. So, and you as a child go running to his, daddy, 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 look, I painted this. And he does something simple as, I don't have time for you right now. Or, leave me alone, I don't want to see it right now. Like just brushing off because he's just not available. The child doesn't think, oh, okay, my father, he's tired, it has nothing to do with me, I'm just going to give him space and then it's good. No, what the child does is like, something is wrong with me. I did something wrong, and it creates energetically a wound. And this is just one simple example. So something happens in your field and you get hurt. And because you get hurt, you make a story out of it. And you create a belief out of it. And the belief could be, I'm too much, I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, I need to be perfect to be loved. All of those endless beliefs that we have. And that happens over and over, like another emotion come up, anger, resentment, fear. And because we are not able to deal with it back then, the psyche creates protection mechanism, patterns, walls. And then here's another hurt, and then your heart gets, you feel like your heart gets broken, or maybe you've been abandoned, you feel a feeling of abandonment. So all of this is on top in the chakra. And we are controlling and we are creating a protection mechanism. Okay, does that make sense so far? Guys, let me know. And in front of all of this, do you actually see everything? So let me know if you guys see everything and if it makes sense. Okay, let me see. Just want to make sure. Okay. All right. And that's how we create our personality that we show outside. Okay. Who in here felt or has moments where you are on the outside smiling and showing up and pretending everything is fine, and underneath is how you feel? Like, honestly, how many of you have a smiley face outside but feel lonely, depressed sometimes, fearful, anxious on the inside? Yeah. Okay, great. Yes. Okay, good. Makes sense. So, the good news here is that the beautiful essence of who you are is inside of you. It's there. And you do not have to get it from the outside. It's the other way around. Let me move around here a little bit. So, yeah, quite often, here I used to, Lisa says quite often she feels that way. Yeah, Carrie at times. Absolutely. Yeah, often. Yeah, and if you are really honest, unless you've really done so much work on all levels and all planes, it still happens. And it happens to me as well sometimes. However, it's nothing compared. The more authentic you are, the more transparent you are, the more vulnerable you are, the happier you are. Okay, good. So, this happens on every chakra level. So, how to connect with the beautiful essence and how to clear, and what does it actually mean to go in? To go in means that you let go of the outside, the pointing it to someone, or he did this, she did that, if he would this, if she did this, the outside this, society this, the president this, like everything on the outside, that you turn your awareness inside and you face your own inner world, you discover your own inner world, and you actually go through your shit. That's why yesterday I said you cannot bypass your shit, because it's running you in some way. So you want to be aware of it and you want to be free of it. So the going in means you are peeling off the layers that are actually preventing you from being connected with the essence of who you are. Okay? It's ultimately about reconnecting with who you really are. And it starts with looking into what are my beliefs, what is my protection mechanism, what are the wounds that are still stuck in my system. They are literally like cysts in your energy field that you get to clear and work. And sometimes the work, when I work with clients, it's very hard to describe in words, but sometimes it's like energetic surgery to make a shift, to really go deep into the wound and to clear it on that level. Okay, so then through that process, you actually connect to the essence. And don't have the image that, oh my God, I have to clear all of this before I can reach this state. No, it is not as linear and not as black and white again. It's like through every opening, every time you release something, every time you dig deeper, and you can actually access the essence while you're going in to peel off the layers. Okay? So it's about the beliefs, it's about the woundings, it's about the unconscious intentions that you create internally to protect yourself. A simple example is, in a relationship you got hurt, and you got so hurt that something in you say, I'm not going to open up again fully because I'm going to get hurt again. So if that wound and that unconscious belief and intention, even though it's conscious saying it, it still runs you still unconscious, you won't be open up for a new and fulfilling relationship, because a part of you is always going to be afraid, it's not going to trust, and that will keep you from exploring and experiencing a intimate, beautiful, fulfilling relationship. Okay, so let me know if this is landing. Energetic surgery, I love that. Yes, yeah, that's really part of what I often do. Fantastic. What are your questions? I'm here for a couple more minutes. Let me know if you have any questions around the going in process. And I wanted to also share one of the most important tools of inner work, and yet I'm gonna do that another time because this is gonna be too much for today. So in case you got my email and you said, yeah, but you didn't share that tool, I will. Okay, I will do that tomorrow. Very few explain it so clearly. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Alyssa. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. So in order to go up, you want to go in, because once you resolve that, the space is open and energy can flow, and then you can rise up. Okay, and this is all about energy flow ultimately. You know, good example is if I have this cable here. Let me demonstrate that for you real quick. So let's say this is your core, this is your energy flow. For lack of better, you know, you just be creative. Let your imagination run here. In order to flow, let's say this is a hose, so actually even electricity that can flow through, you want to have it like this. Energy needs to flow. So through the woundings and through what happens and beliefs and everything that gets triggered in the past and you know, even in daily life, like your energy might look like this, right? In many ways. So energy can't really flow properly. Do you see that? Yeah, or this way. Like you might go in and then there's so much stuff here, you can't really connect upwards. That's why you can't bypass your shit. Yeah. You want to untangle this, you want to clear this, you want to open up the channels and the energy flow that you can be vertical and you feel yourself and energy can flow beautifully. Okay? So, working with everything I have here today. Okay, so let me know what your questions are. Carrie says, I'm looking forward to learning the tool for how to go in and heal all those beliefs, behaviors, etc. Yeah, but Carrie, here's that's a very good point. Ultimately, this deeper work you're not able to do yourself in many ways. There's some certain things, and I'm going to give you some, what I think one of the best ways to do that in the next couple of days, so stay tuned. You're definitely going to get tools that you can do it yourself. However, to really dive deep and go beyond your conscious, especially on an energetical level, it's nearly impossible to do by yourself. I would never gotten where I am today if I wouldn't have worked and do the inner work with my teachers and my mentors. And so it's always great to see what can I do myself and how far can I go. And if you want to go to the next level, make sure that you work with someone, right? Okay. So the question, what do I do when I punish myself because I am still so triggered by others and my own self-judgment? Just accept? Question mark? Alisa. Yeah, and to a certain extent, you know the answer already, and I love that question because it's really about, first of all, embracing the fact that this doesn't happen overnight and it's a gradual continuation. When you catch yourself punishing yourself, the first thing you want to do is accept that and acknowledge that versus fighting and resisting it. Often what the problem is not necessarily what happens, but our judgment and resistance about it. So when you get triggered, anytime, anyone is watching here, when you get triggered and you tell yourself, oh my God, you know, I still get triggered, I should know better, or whatever is going on in your inner world, the number one thing you want to do, you want to first take a breath. Why? Because when you're triggered, you leave the present moment. You are in a different time bubble. You are in a pattern. You are in a wound. And the breath helps us to connect to the present moment again. So you want to take a breath. And do that with me right now, because usually we don't breathe enough anyway, properly. I'm not talking about breathing to survive. I'm talking about breathing for life. So you take a breath. You do that 2 or 3 times, and you allow yourself to come back to the present moment and to be aware of what's going on right now. And then you allow yourself to say, hey, I just got triggered. I just got triggered. That's okay. Here's pattern number 38B. You know, at some point you have humor with it. In the beginning, you don't. Like, I wasn't laughing about these things back then when I was in such misery. Everything was very serious. Everything was very dramatic. I was in very much pain. So not much humor back then. Now it's totally different. You know, I can say, oh my gosh, this is coming up again. Okay. And there's a lot in between. You can take a breath, you come back to the present moment, and you acknowledge that you got triggered. You got triggered, and then you take it as next level, and you say, okay, this is an opportunity for me to look. There's something that's coming up for healing. Approach it with curiosity, I call myself like I'm a scientist when it comes to my own inner world. I'm fascinated by every little layer that I still get to explore. Is this helpful, Alyssa? Does that answer your question? Let me know. Okay. Fiona, how do you tell the difference between a healthy boundary that stops you doing something or being with someone versus resistance to doing something that triggers you? Let me see if I got that. I want to tune in if I got that. So how can you tell the difference to have a healthy boundary, so basically not doing something, versus resistance to doing something that triggers you? Can you give me a specific example? I really want to give you the best answer possible. A more general answer would be, you know the difference. So if you are not sure yet, that means it's not a healthy and clear boundary, because you wouldn't question that. You wouldn't doubt yourself necessarily, right? So, and you can also tune into your body sensations. Resistance and trigger usually comes with tension in your body and with an intense emotional response. A healthy boundary comes with you being grounded, having space, and knowing that you are doing the right thing. So you can simply tune into your body sensations if you're not sure, or if you're insecure about which way to go. Does that make sense, Fiona? Let me know. Otherwise, I'm happy to follow up with you and give you a little bit more of a personal guidance on this. Okay, fantastic. I'm loving this. You're awesome. I'm going to wrap this up. If you have additional questions, especially when you are on the replay, leave a comment. I always go back and I will answer your questions. And remember also, you still can join the contest. Come back tomorrow. We're going to go a little bit still into the in process, but we're going to moving up. So it's about the next step of transformation is going up. I'm so excited. I could spend the whole summer with you here. Okay, so thank you so much. Send me some love and send anyone else some love. Send yourself love. And if this was valuable to you, click the share button and spread it so that others can learn and benefit from itself. The power of generosity is really also, from an energetical perspective, an expansion and a creation, because we are creating this as a community, as a movement. And I'm really passionate about bringing soul-infused energy into this planet. So I appreciate that, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow again at 8 a.m. Pacific time and 12 p.m. at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Much love. Have a fantastic rest of your day and shine bright.